From your early 40s, you lose roughly 1% of your muscle mass per year. And while that may sound manageable, strength drops about 3 times faster than size. So you can still look fine in a shirt and still have a significant amount of functional strength loss without even realizing it. My name is Adam. I'm a performance nutritionist who's helped dozens of men over 40 significantly improve the way they feel and perform day to day. I had a client, I'll call him Paul. He was 53. He used to play a lot of American football at college and lift a fair bit. Seems to be part of the curriculum in the States. He was still training twice a week when he came to me, and he had just finished some 12-week body recomposition program. At the end of it, he looked almost identical to where he started. Sure, he had lost a bit of weight, but he felt weaker. He was actually more tired, and he told me it felt like it took something from me. This was one of those typical aggressive calorie deficits with a great deal of fasting, high volume cardio, and not much strength training. Sure, that approach works reasonably well for a 28-year-old with a lot of muscle mass, but for a man in his 50s, it strips away the wrong thing. When you restrict calories hard without protecting muscle through progressive strength training and enough protein, a meaningful portion of the weight you lose isn't fat, it's lean muscle. And you end up accelerating the exact process you're trying to, or at least should be trying to, slow down. Now, Paul wasn't failing. He was using a younger man's approach on an older man's body. And I can tell you from experience, most men over 40 are doing the exact same thing. So researchers took a group of healthy older adults, their average age was late 60s, and put them on 10 days of complete bed rest. They weren't ill, they were eating enough, but not moving. In 10 days, they lost just over 2 pounds of lean leg muscle. Their knee strength dropped by around 12% per week, and their force to climb the stairs fell by 14% in 10 days. And that's just 10 days with adequate food, but no loading. And I've seen clients take 6 weeks off due to illness and life, then come back weaker in ways that took months to recover. Because after 40, the debt compounds differently. You don't just decondition, you lose muscle. And getting it back takes that bit longer. And men can train 5 or even 6 times a week with no structure and still see muscle loss. You have to challenge your body in order for it to adapt. And this is where so many men get this completely wrong. First, you need to understand that more is not necessarily better. Sure, consistency matters, but only when you're putting the right amount of effort into the right places. The number one thing that's going to protect you from age-related muscle loss and help you gain muscle is progressive strength training. But progressive being the key word here. Progressing with the appropriate load. And I'm not saying you have to go crazy heavy and just hit PRs every week. But I do want to be specific about load because this is where most men just get it wrong. They show up, go through the movements, but the weight isn't actually demanding anything of their muscles. You need to be working close to the point where you couldn't do many more reps. Like, let's say you could do maybe 2 more reps. That's the signal that tells your nervous system this capacity is still needed. And without that signal, it starts withdrawing the investment. So for most men, 3 to 4 sessions a week, taking each set 1 to 2 reps from failure. You can take some exercises to complete failure, but those are more isolation, and that's for another video. Then the next week you come back, your goal is to maybe add another rep within your given rep range or increase the weight slightly. Sure, you want to prioritize compound movements, but that doesn't mean you have to do barbell back squats and barbell deadlifts. But you want to make movement patterns that involve squatting, hinging, pressing, pulling, and carrying a priority. These patterns load multiple joints. They're productive and build strength that transfers outside of the gym. They're the true functional lifts. When we shifted Paul from his previous program to 4 focused sessions a week, built on progression and heavier loads with less cardio and more food, he was stronger after 8 weeks than he had been after the entire 12 weeks. And he was leaner. Yes, training is the main signal, but food is the material. As you age, your body has an increased need for protein, but that doesn't mean the majority of your calories needs to come from protein. We say at least 0.7 grams per pound of your body weight, that'll be sufficient. But if you go over slightly or go under slightly, that's completely fine. There's not much difference between 0.6 and 0.7, but you need a target. If you have a target that keeps you aware and gives you something to aim for. And what a lot of people are scared to tell you, there is such thing as too little calories. When they're too low, you won't have the energy to train properly and you'll lose muscle. You'll also mess with your recovery too. You could see your stress levels go up a bit more. And then you risk increasing your chance of injury as a knock-on effect of being tired and under-recovered. So go for a moderate but meaningful deficit. And for me, that's around 20 to 25% below maintenance. This is where men can make progress without paying the cost. And there's a free calculator link below if you want to work out your exact number. But please don't do what most people try to do. They try to speed things up like you're in a rush. It always backfires in some way. Yes, progressive strength training and adequate protein are the two main levers, but a few things can undermine both. Chronic sitting, let's say you sit all day. 3 good training sessions a week, don't cancel out 8 hours at a desk followed by an evening on a sofa. You want to walk as much as you can without creating some sort of inconvenience. Take the stairs, take phone calls walking, break up the sitting throughout the day. We're not talking about exercise here, just general movement. And sleep, poor sleep in a calorie deficit shifts some of the weight loss away from fat more towards lean tissue. It's not guaranteed, but it's not something you want to be risking. I spent years convincing myself I was someone who didn't need much sleep, and I wasn't. I was just used to feeling worse than I should have. It's not a lifestyle preference. It directly affects what you're losing and what you're trying to keep. Stress, yes, training is a stressor. It sits alongside every other stressor in your life. A man in his 40s with a demanding job, a family, and a broken sleep doesn't recover the same way a 25-year-old with none of those does. Your program needs to account for that. This is not an excuse. It's just a variable that needs to be considered. By their 70s and 80s, most men who haven't actively worked against this will have lost between 30 to 50% of their muscle mass and power they had at their peak. That's not inevitable. It's what happens by default. Paul is 2 years into his training and he feels incredible, stronger than he did in his 30s. Not because he found something more complicated or more advanced, but because he stopped doing the wrong version of something simple. And if you enjoyed this video, subscribe and watch this one next. I'll see you there.